My mom is dead. And I just realized I don't have any idea how to be a mom. I'll never forget that moment, right after my husband placed our newborn baby son on my chest. I didn't have any female relations. My mother and both my sisters had died many years prior. I hadn't even seen a newborn, let alone hold one or take care of one. How was I going to be a good mom without a mom to learn from? The nurses placed this cute little hat on my son's head right after he was born. I didn't know why, but I figured it must be important. So I made sure that I kept that hat on no matter what. And after 2 weeks, my husband, God bless him, had enough. And he said to me, Melissa, can we take that stupid hat off his head? I don't know, can we? I had no clue. I was frozen with fear that I would do the wrong thing. And I didn't have anybody to ask. So I called his pediatrician. And the nurse laughed at me. She actually laughed. She said, Melissa, if you're comfortable, he'll be just fine. Okay, how embarrassing. I'm a clinical psychologist. I had treated hundreds of moms with their new mom anxieties, taught parenting strategies. Oh, heck, I had even taught child development at the graduate level, for Pete's sake. But in that moment, none of it mattered. I felt utterly incompetent and filled with shame. What was wrong with me? Well, I continued to see patients after my son was born, and I started to notice that there were other moms just like me who didn't have a mom. And after a couple of years, I started to notice some patterns, and I became curious. Now, I'm a psych nerd, and like all good nerds, I did some research. And here's what I found. There are some common but unique experiences and challenges that moms without a mom face. We don't have the go-to person that moms tend to function as. We can't tap into her wisdom or ask for emotional support when we need it. And we have the added burden of experiencing grief unexpectedly. I felt different because I am different. So you may be thinking, how many moms without a mom could there be? Well, believe it or not, a lot more than I ever imagined. We don't have good statistics for moms without a mom, but the Pew Research Center found that in 2017, there were over 4 million children living in homes without a mother. And that number has been steadily increasing for decades now. Doesn't even include women like me whose mother died after the age of 18, or women whose mothers are alive, but they don't have any meaningful relationship with them. So, how was I going to be the mother that I wanted to be? I had to figure that out. Being a mom without a mom is a 21st century challenge. For most of human history, women have raised their families within intergenerational communities. But more commonly, women are left to figure out how to be a mom on their own. That built-in support of a mother and grandmother is no longer there. But we aren't born knowing how to be a good mom. We learn from our own experiences of being mothered and by watching the mothers around us. So what happens if your mother's dead, or you don't have a relationship with her, or she lives on the other side of the planet? Well, let's talk about nipples. So, one day, I was bringing my son into his early learning center. He was about 6 months old or so. And his teacher approached me and said, "Melissa, what are your thoughts about going up on a nipple size?" Nipple size? Excuse me? I had no idea what she was talking about. So she said it again, as if that would help. "What do you think about going up on a nipple size?" What are you talking about? See, I was breastfeeding and bringing in the milk in the bottles, and they would feed them that way there. She went on to explain to me that the nipples on bottles have holes in them that come in different sizes. And as the infant grows, the size of the hole increases to make feeding easier. I don't know anything about that. See, it's that kind of information that is typically passed down from mother to daughter. But if you're a mom without a mom, you don't have that. But here's the good news. I've developed 3 steps to thrive as a mom without a mom. And here they are. Step 1, befriend your ghosts. About a year ago, I was watching my son perform in his elementary school musical, having a great time. And all of a sudden, I had this strong urge to turn to my side, start talking to my mother. Well, that hasn't happened in a while, so I was caught off guard, and I experienced a rush of sadness. I recognized that as grief and knew what to do. So I simply continued talking to her as if she were there, gave myself an internal hug, and then redirected my attention back to what was going on stage and continued to have fun. Grief is simply an emotion. It's like happiness, sadness, joy. Grief is not something to be afraid of, or to avoid, or to just get over. So if you are a mom without a mom and find yourself unexpectedly experiencing grief, I simply want you to turn to your mother, talk with her as if she were there, give yourself that internal hug, and then redirect your attention to what you are experiencing. Step 2, your mother into pieces. Moms fill many roles. The roles include giving advice, emotional support, helping get things done, and assisting during an emergency. About 2 years ago, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic shutdown, I was seeing a patient, and I got an emergency call. It was about my son. He was accidentally locked out of the house, which is over an hour away. So I needed to get somebody to be there with him quickly until I could get home. Well, I knew what to do. I knew who to call. As a mom without a mom, We have to intentionally fill the roles that a mother would play through a community of people. We need to divide those roles up and give them to people that we can count on, so that when you are faced with an emergency or you need assistance or help, you have a community of people that can support you as a mom. Step number 3, choose the mirror you want and smash the rest. My mom was larger than life. Everybody knew her. She was a leader, and as a child, I worshiped her and wanted to be just like her. But like many, as I grew up, I learned that she was human. She had flaws. She made mistakes. And unfortunately, some of those mistakes hurt me. And then she ups and dies on me. So when I became a mother myself, I had to figure out who I wanted to be as a mother. To do that, I needed to reflect inward on what my values are. And I could see the values that my mother had and choose those that were consistent with my own, and then disregard those that were not consistent with my own. So if you are a mom without a mom, what I want you to do is reflect on your own values. Go ahead and accept those that are consistent with how your mother did things, but let go of those that aren't. So, to wrap this all up, if you feel different as a mom without a mom, it's because you are different. Being a mom without the love and support and guidance of a caring mom in your life is hard. And if you don't recognize it as such, then you're vulnerable to feeling incompetent and filled with shame, just like I did way back when I couldn't answer a silly question about a stupid hat. But if you befriend your ghosts, cut your mother into pieces, and only accept the mirror that you want, then you will not only overcome those challenges that moms without a mom face, but you will thrive. Thank you.